world is all about. I am your girl, Shannon, and welcome to I'll Sip to That.
Hey, sippers. It's your girl, Sashay.
Hey, sippers, it's your girl, Jasso Harlem. Happy Thirsty Thursday to you, and thank you for joining us on today.
Yes, welcome. Thirsty Thursdays in full effect, and we are doing what we do best, and that's, of course, drinking wine, because that's our favorite thirst quencher for a Thursday. Woo, woo. Welcome to the party, sippers. Yeah, and we have a special, thing going on here. If you see us all in pink, there's a reason why we're doing that. And then also we want to introduce our wine, our special guest tonight, which is this wine, and Jasso Harlem is going to take it away.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. You are live with your girl Sip to That, and today we are sipping on Gladys wine. So we introduced the wine to you guys last week. We were gifted these wine bottles from Turkey, and this one is Ferment, and I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. It is a semi-sweet wine, not as sweet as the Moscato that we tried last week. So it's a little bit more dry, but not as acidic if you don't like all that sweet stuff. It is, let's see what percentage, because I live for that. 12.5. This kind of wine that you want to get. Yes, sip with caution. Yes. But we were gifted, and we appreciate Gladys Wine. Follow their Instagram page. Let them know Sip to That sent you, because we were blessed to be gifted. And also, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you see, we are in all pink, honoring our survivors.
Wine is pink.
Cancer, yes. And ladies, if you are aged 28 to 40, we urge you to go ahead and get a mammogram. It is so important. Every 5 years, test your tatas. Hold them up, ladies. Hold them up. Test your tatas, because breast cancer is real. Any race, any age, just be looking out for lumps. And if you don't know how to feel around, just contact your provider, your healthcare provider, so that you can get checked, because you can actually die. So, yeah, well, definitely. you don't want that route. So, yeah.
I'll sip to that.
Yes, it's very, very important that we get tested. And, I don't enjoy a mammogram, and if you ever have one, you know that machine is no joke. They press down on their booty, and it's just not a good feeling, but it's necessary. So we have to make sure that we're getting checked, and don't skip your appointments. It's necessary, ladies. So you have to get it done. Contact your doctors and make that appointment and make sure you're okay. So, if something has to be caught early, your survival rate can be a lot better than waiting. And then, till it's too late.
Health is wealth, yes. And make sure you get health insurance. And if you don't have health insurance right now, because just, as we're in the pandemic, whatever the case may be, you can ask them, the actual facility, how much it will cost of you just paying out of pocket. And sometimes it's cheaper than versus having your insurance. So just check it out, even if you don't even have one. See if they can take an appointment without insurance, and they can negotiate a price for you. So go ahead and do that.
Absolutely. And I definitely.
And I was gonna ask you, I know that you had poured the ferment before I had arrived, but I haven't had a chance to just taste it, and actually let it get to my palate. I had a little drop on my tongue, but I wanted to, Dom, I know that you're not here, so I want you to enjoy your choice of wine tonight. And Shannon, if you would want to go ahead and try this with me, our Gladys wine. Again, it is in ferment, and we can try it out and let our sippers know how we enjoy it. Now, these are our honest opinions. This is a first time reaction. So if we like it, you'll see that. If we are not too keen, then you will see that as well. But all of our taste buds are different in this world. Some people prefer the not so sweet. Some people prefer the sweet. So here we go.
All
I'm
right.
drinking white Zinfandel. So mine's is sweet. If you don't know what wines to get, you can get a white Zinfandel. Nice and sweet.
Okay.
That's very crisp.
Oh,
It is. It's very, very crisp.
Is it like a holiday wine?
This
Like
can be an everyday wine.
Okay.
Now I'm not a fan of dry wines, but this is a mix of sweet and dry. So it's something that my mother will actually probably love, but it does have a good taste. So it is something I can still sip on. But it's not something I would personally purchase myself, only because I don't really like dry wines. But again, it's not such a dry wine. It's a mixture of sweet and dry, but it's really good. It's tasty.
It is.
And
it has a great taste. It doesn't have a bad aftertaste. I would say that it is not as dry as Cabernet. So kind of move up the scale a little bit, and I would kind of compare it to Sauvignon Blanc, and then before Sauvignon Blanc, there's Moscato. So it's a mixture. It's not too bad, but Sachet, I would consider this a holiday wine. Again, 12.5. You're staying home, you're indoors. Why not? It's definitely not a summer wine. So from October to about January, by the fireplace, I think
that's the type of vibe I was asking for.
It's definitely tasty. It's a fall
I could do this in the summer. I could do this summer, winter, spring, fall.
Okay,
of course you can do it at any season. I'm just saying that first intake, some wines like, oh, this is a nice like Christmas holiday like red wine. So that's what I was saying. But I know I'll probably enjoy that wine because I like the middle, and now I can't do too much sweet wine. I can't do it. It makes my head hurt. So yeah, I'm for it. So thank you for letting us sip to that on that wine. I can't wait to try it.
It's awesome. Excited. You will like it. You really will like it. And like I said, my mom would like it. And I probably am going to order a bottle so I can gift this to her, maybe for the holidays and Thanksgiving. This will go good with turkey. Great with turkey and stuff.
It would. It really would.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh, and gift giving. If it's something that you don't like, somebody else can like it too. And go ahead and purchase it for them. Perfect.
Absolutely. And Sachet, since we're speaking of gifting and we're speaking of, the come up, we want to definitely shout you out. Congratulations this week.
Yes.
Your lip gloss website. It did an awesome job. Kudos to her, you guys, sippers, because she actually set up her own web page and she did a fantastic job. So
I tried,
awesome. Yes, you did a good job.
It's gonna only get better.
And I will sip to that. Live, baby.
I'll sip to that as well. And you will definitely enjoy this lipstick. I mean, this lip gloss. It feels good. It's soft. It puckers up your lips a little bit. And it's just a good wearing lip gloss. It doesn't wear off and smudge. Like some lip gloss you wear, it's gone before you know it. And you have to keep reapplying. You don't have to keep doing that with this gloss. So yes, I really, really enjoy it.
My favorite thing is that it goes with any skin complexion, from Aisha Curry to Lapita. Like it goes with any skin. And I tried so many different flavors. I don't think that's the right word, but so many different.
I know what you mean.
Swatches, so many shades, and they just go perfectly with me. So I am here for Swissco. I made a purchase for my daughter and myself, and it has lasted for about 4 or 5 months. I can honestly say we're almost out, but you can blend them. You can put two together. You can do it with a lip liner combo. I mean, I'm ready. I want everybody to have Swissco in their stockings this year. Okay?
Yes, the gift givings. Yes, guys. So if you are into gloss, or if you're not into gloss, somebody else might be, it's a cute little gift that you can give for the holidays. So and we're about to have another launch too, and this launch will be like a pure glossy. So the ones who do not usually wear like pigmented glosses,
Right.
This is going to be a nice, just a regular gloss with a little tint of color, not too much. So I have
Okay.
variety for everybody.
For
Okay.
your auntie that's 70 years old that said, I don't want that on my lips. Boom, get her
Okay.
clear.
Damn.
Get her clear.
Get her
Not
clear.
only that, you can get her a lip balm because Swissco is about to come out with lip balms too.
Hello,
So,
I will sip to
Awesome.
that.
I'll sip to that as
That's
well.
for you too, for my guys. Now you don't gotta walk around with chapped lips, or you forgot your CarMax. You got Swissco right there in your pocket.
I love it.
Well, congratulations. Best luck, best wishes to
www.swisscollection.net.
you. Yes, and say it again. I'm sorry.
It's www.swisscollection.net.
Yes, everyone go and taste the lips. Well, not taste the lips, but
Taste.
make sure you get a lip.
It do smell
gloss.
good though.
It does smell good, and
It
it
make you want to taste.
not that it has a taste, but you know
Mhm.
how some things you put on your lips and they have a
You
bad
like,
taste. That one
yeah.
doesn't even have a taste at all. So that's good as well. So it's not a bunch of different products and ingredients in there that can harm your body if you happen to inhale it
Right.
by licking. But best wishes to you, Swiss, and your Swiss Miss collection. And we hope and pray that your vision is beyond your dream, and what you see, it goes bigger than that.
Yes,
thanks to that.
You're welcome.
Boss babe. Black
Boss
girl rock.
Yes,
Small
yes.
business
Yes.
owner. 1,000 hashtags for you.
Absolutely. And speaking of businesses, you guys, I know you have heard it in the news, and I know everyone's been watching the news all across the world, but there's so much that's going on right now with the loss of jobs, and we're not getting all of our goods and our supplies because there are not boats, but there are containers that are sitting in water, and they're just sitting there because they can't move them. And when you walk into your stores, if you've been noticing that the shelves have been empty, these are some reasons. And then there's a lack of truck drivers. This morning, I saw in the news that John Deere, and it's another big company, and I cannot think of the company off the top of my head, but they're actually on strike. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, just looking into the future, it's just so much that's happening right now. And I don't know the effects of how everything is, going to take place, of course, because we just don't know. But they are encouraging that you do your Christmas shopping early. If you go to the grocery store and you see things that are there to kind of stock up a little, little bit so you can have things. But there are always those people that's out there that's going to grab a little bit too much. So I hope that these stores are making a limitation to what you can and what you cannot get. But how do you ladies feel about, what's going on? Does it scare you? Does it make you feel like, I don't know. I don't even know the words that I'm trying to use here, but does it make you feel like, things are coming to not an end, but things are about to get tighter and tighter, and it just kind of scares you for where our country is going? How do you feel about it?
I definitely feel what you just said. I really do. I just feel like we don't know where it's going at this moment, because it's like every time it's just something new, and we're a little numb to it now. We're not as like at the beginning of the pandemic, they had everybody where they wanted everybody at, and I was frightened, scared. Nobody wanted to go outside. We couldn't go outside. Everybody was. But now I think like people are just numb to it, and it's just kind of like it is what it is. But you still get that. You still get that reality check that, hey, it's still happening. We still are in a pandemic. It's still jobs, that are not getting filled. Still people that's not going to work. So it's just, everything's just not adding up, because then you guys are still, like apartments and houses, like they skyrocketed over this pandemic, like literally. So it's like people can't even find decent places to live anymore, or, want to buy houses because the market is just crazy right now. But it's like, how can you still try to do that when we're in a whole pandemic? Like everything is just not adding up. I think for me, that's just how I feel. Just like it's just not adding up. So I don't even think it's more being scared at this point now. It's just kind of like you just got to be prepared. Like you got to really, figure out what you're trying to do, what you want to do. A lot of people now, are booming in entrepreneurship. Like everybody is trying to, you know, pursue what they want to pursue, have extra income, because one income, obviously, in this modern day is not enough at all. So that's how I feel. I'm just trying to be prepared. That's my word, prepared.
And before Jazz
Oh,
Harlem comes and makes her comment, I just want to say one thing about that, because, you know, we got a lot of people that are trying to be entrepreneurs now, and they are launching new businesses. But if everyone is losing their jobs or quitting their jobs, where does that leave you as an entrepreneur? Because if people are quitting or no one has money, how are we able to buy these products or support different businesses? And even with you, Sashay, you know, with your new line, like stuff like that kind of make me think. I mean, even for me being an entrepreneur, I'm thinking, would they want to spend their money here because everybody's trying to count up their coins and making sure they have enough? So are they feeling like they have extra to put over here? It's just kind of terrifying.
I mean, that is true, but at the same time, I feel as though people are still buying things. People are still, you know, not living their everyday life, but they're still, you know, purchasing things or have, you know, funds to purchase, especially if it's essential to people. Like if people, you know, if they're getting a product that's kind of part of their everyday life, or, you know, that's just something that they know they're gonna need or want, then I don't think is really gonna be a problem. But I mean, I understand that about just being, you know, scared and wanting to start a new business, but at the end of the day, you gonna do it now or you gonna wait? It could get worse later on, so might as well go now.
I'll sip to that.
I like that. I'll sip to that.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Jazz Harlem? How do you feel about the time that we're in?
I'm in the middle. Well, first of all, we all know that God is our provider. So I honestly walk around here like I was born in the 70s, like a hippie, because I've been in such a great mood these days. A lot of things don't bother me or faze me. So it's like, I don't worry. But before I get to my comment, I just need to comment on Sashay really quick because I'm going to forget. So, I mean, that can go two ways. I feel like starting a business is awesome. It's, you know, going after your dream. Nobody can, you know, shut you down and stop you. But when people don't have funds anymore and they are reduced hours and they have rent that's $1,400 and they have car notes and they have kids in daycare, some of those things that we like get put on the back burner because they're not essential. For instance, I met my best friend for dinner on Monday, and she used to buy this body butter from this, you know, Black woman, you know, boss babe, and she went from $10 to $18. That could be because you're not selling as much, so you need your coins for your business, or because you need product, you need this, you need that, you got to pay more to them for making it. And then it's like, well, it's a domino effect because I can't buy your $18 body butter. I can't buy your $35 candles. Because, you know, I can go get a candle from Yankee that's $27 that makes my house smell amazing. I want to support you, but you know, it's just it's a balance, and there will become, I feel like, a medium at some point. But right now we are just winging it. People are not working. I mean, we were in a restaurant, there were 3 servers. People are either not coming in, they're calling out, or they're just not available because they don't have as many people on schedule, or they're out due to COVID related reasons. I mean, I've had, you guys know I work in the bank. We've had 2 branches closed, and people are like, why is the bank closed today? I went to the door because one person has COVID. Everybody's job is affected. If you work in an office, everyone's job is affected. If you know, we see that there are no bus drivers for the kids. We see there are no truck drivers. We see people not in restaurants, so many different things. So with that being said, essential comes first. And I feel like the grocery store should put limits. I'm sorry if you have several kids, or, you know, you got to feed 20 people in your household, maybe come out the store and come back in, but there should be a limit because we all need some. We all need tissue. We all need supplies. We all need, you know, plates and forks and groceries. So you can't come in there when you get your benefits and take everything out. Because I'm a single mom and I need to get my child some hamburger meat too. So yeah, I feel like there should be a limit. Stop that. It's not fair to everyone else. You can't be like, oh, well, you should have got to the store at 8 a.m. Well, while you were at home laying down, I was at work. So yeah,
Okay.
there
I'll
has
sit-
to be a limit. Yeah, has to be a limit, and I feel like essentials come first. But I am excited for new adventures. I mean, this could turn around, and this could just become, this is a booming thing because at some point, I said this last week to Shannon, at some point, something's got to give. You're going to need to pay people more. You're going to need to do, this if you want to have people on the road. You're going to need to do this if you want to have your restaurant come back. There's going to be a medium at some point. I don't know. I don't think it'll be in 2022, but businesses are going to have to lower those prices on those drinks after happy hour. Food's not going to be $10. It's going to be $6. Apartments are not going to be 14. They're going to go back to 9,
That's
10.
what they
Because
Oh, you wish. We wish.
Yes.
nobody is
what they
in
need to
them.
fix.
You're not going to keep it at that rate. If you have
Right.
32 vacant buildings, you know why? Because you're
Something
renting
gotta give.
1609. Nobody's going to want it. And you're going to get your things together and it's going to change. We just got to keep praying about that and it'll
You
happen.
do. And
I
I
like
think that's definitely true because
It's going to change.
I understood like the pay, companies need to pay more X, Y, and Z, but it's just kind of like, even if they do, it's the cost of living. That's the pinpoint that
That's
needs
what's
to
killing
be.
us.
Yeah, that's what it is, because people can make a like average, 50K, usually that was a good starting point. Like you could be
It
nice
was.
and now that's like, that don't even matter anymore
That's
because
$10
you have
to
to pay,
somebody.
what, $1,400 for like a studio. Like what is that?
Yes.
So it's
Wendy's
not
is
adding.
paying $13.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not adding up the
Yeah.
cost of living. No, I don't give a sip to the cost of living.
I don't give a sip to cost of living or gas or groceries.
Or chicken right now. Chicken used to be the cheapest
chicken.
meat out there. And now chicken wings are like the highest price item, like it's gourmet. Okay. And that irritates me because I love chicken. I absolutely love chicken. Okay.
Why does salad cost so much? Salad is just lettuce out the ground. This is why our grandmothers made gardened and grew peppers and tomatoes and things because
Get back to the garden.
she knew this day was gonna come. She said, you know what, I'm gonna be prepared. Grandma always said, when the Lord come, I want to be ready. And I want to now at my age in my 30s, I can't say how old I am, but I want to be with my grandma now.
Yeah, but guess what? If you weren't paying attention to your grandmother when she was out there doing that gardening and knowing how to, grow that soil and do all that stuff and plant those seeds, then what good are you? Because we really were not watching. We were too busy out there playing or doing other things, but we weren't watching. And nowadays they make everything so easy and so essential that all you have to do is go to the store and pick it up. You don't even have to peel potatoes.
Wait, no, you don't. I was about to say those frozen meals, they come 4 meals, $118 a month. They're bringing you meals. You got DoorDash. You don't even got to cook for your kids. You say you got a date, you put in a microwave and put on a plate. Shorty will never know. Everything is too easy. Everything is so accessible. Everything is it's right here. It's really right here.
And it's gonna get not worse, but it's gonna be even more. I feel like this is just the baseline of it, because now we're in tech. Like tech controls everything now. Then we have, the younger kids that now can really access and know how to do tech. So it's about to be way more than what we can even imagine.
But we won't even have cashiers anymore. I mean, Amazon, you can go to an Amazon portal on the street. You can find a locator and go pick up your item. You can get a movie. You can get there is not going to be a need for people anymore at some point. I don't know who's going to operate on me when I'm, 40. I don't know who's going to take care of my heart. I don't know who's going to do this. We're not going to need people.
And that's the sad part. And that's the sad part. And when I go into stores and I see that they have these self-checkout lines, and when I see these little kiosks that's sitting on top of the tables, it makes me feel like that, like they're taking away all of these jobs because they're not going to need us anymore, or need cashiers or need waitresses, because you're going to be able to do all that yourself. And I was speaking with Sashay the other day, and she pulled up to a meter of, the meter where you usually have to get out your car and put your money in there. Yeah. Oh no, they're fancy now. You can have an app on your phone, pay for the meter from your phone. Okay.
Go about your day.
No, and go
Yeah,
about
it
your
is.
day. So you don't even have to have cash on you. You don't have to have coins. You don't have to have nothing. You just pay for that on your phone.
Where's
And
the
then I
meter
was-
maid? Where's the girl that's giving me my ticket so I can say no, miss?
Oh,
I
she's
was
gonna be there.
They gonna
She's
come.
going to be
They
there.
coming. Trust and believe. They
They're
right
still
there.
there.
Dang.
They're
Like,
they
for
gonna
real.
come.
I
And they
feel like
look
we're only gonna have firefighters and police officers. I don't feel like we're gonna.
Maybe.
Yeah, they need
But
somebody,
I
because
was
even at
telling
the
Sasha-
kiosk, if it messed up, somebody gotta come and put their code in to help. So it's gonna be somebody. It might not be a lot,
Right.
but it's
But that's the thing. You're limiting so many jobs. You know, it's like you're working one person for a 3-person job.
Right.
And that's where the problem is right now. And I was telling Sashay the other day as well, I was watching something on social media. They have this robotic machine that paints your fingernails. So you no longer have to go and sit in front of Kim and all of them, you know, and whoever.
I love talking to Tina. Me and Tina got a whole vibe. I know her
Yeah.
whole life. She knows
I love
mine. No.
Tina. That's my girl. But no, you put your finger and you pick your color. You put your finger in there. And when I say that machine did a hell of a job, that machine that girl nails looked the bomb. And she was out there
and
and
something that I will use.
I don't like it.
just
In
the fact-
restaurants, we're gonna have robots bringing our plates out, or you're gonna have the manager making your food, bringing your food, and bringing your check. Like,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they probably will. You know how much money they to cut that
save.
cost? Yeah, like what? That's
And
crazy.
I want to go back to what Sashay said. She said, you know, things are going to change. I don't think for the better, though. I have to think that it's going to turn for the worse. However, all of this stuff that has happened to me is by no incident or accident. It's all had to happen. It all has to play out so it all can make it look like it makes sense when it get to the point of whatever they're trying to do. Because
right, we're not questioning it. We're just going with it, but something is
going
not
with it.
right.
Right.
Like she said, something's not adding up. Something is not right.
It's not right. How can you have a change shortage when during the pandemic, people weren't even going out spending money? Everybody was mainly using their cards.
So where'd
So
it go?
how all of a sudden, where did the change go? Then you have it where, you know, all these things that's supposed to have happened because of the pandemic, but people were still spending money. Although people were losing their jobs at the beginning of it, people still had money. They were still functioning. Even if you were working from home, you were still working, you know, but now it's a shortage everywhere. It's just showing me that they're just getting to the point where they feel like we can do more with less. Period.
They're controlling, and it's working out for them. They're seeing what works and what doesn't work. If every state ran out of change, banks would need to do this, treasurers would have to do this. I mean, I don't know logistics, but there's no way. There's not a way that you can go into a store and you must pay with exact change. And then I go to that same store in 2 weeks and now our card reader is not working, so we need change. Last week you wanted exact change. Now you need this. Like, something's not adding up. And I've been to the 7-Eleven plenty of times. And when I walked in with my card, they're like, oh no, we're not taking cards. Our machine's down. How?
Yes.
Because you need some more change?
Yeah,
No, you need more change now.
absolutely.
There's not a way. It doesn't make sense.
And that is so true. That is so true, because that happened to me as well. So I know you're not telling a story in that story, because
And I
that's
can imagine New York, because when you go wash your clothes, you need quarters. Now you have to pull it up on your phone and get the change on your phone, and then you can put in the washing machine number, and that's how you wash your clothes. So thank God I'm not in the city at the moment, because I could only imagine what washing clothes would be like.
Well, again, it's just all about what the end line is. And I think it's a control mechanism. And before long, they're going to have us a part of the Hunger Games.
It's going to be a rat race.
Okay.
It's definitely gonna be that.
Yes, it's going to be something. And I don't put anything past anybody. Everybody already know that my husband already think I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I am, because I'm always, trying to figure out why is this happening? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And to me, there's always a rhyme and a reason to everything. All this stuff is just not happening. It's happening for a reason. And what kind of control are they trying to get? What are y'all trying to do? Somebody in our comments, Amiga Bland, I'm sorry, in our comments just said the gas prices were over $3. Okay.
Yes.
I just saw a spill. They just showed a spill in the ocean. Okay. now because of this little spill, and it wasn't much. Now this little spill, watch by next week, our gas is going to be $5.25, right before the holidays, right before people start traveling.
Traveling, yes, I'm gonna stick to that. You on one, Sister Shannon, because I promise, I go to Starbucks every day. When I went to go get some gas was $3.09. 2 days later, it was $3.19. What happened?
Wow.
And then they'll offer you rewards. If you have rewards, put your little code in to get 10 cents off. Something ain't adding up. Something is not adding up. And I ain't falling for the foolery. Something ain't adding up.
It's not. And I really wish that we as a people were able to do things that other cultures do and other families do, because you know, it's almost like they was on top of this game before us, where families were able to live together. They purchased a home, a nice sized home where they were all able to live. Everybody lived under one roof, and you kind of build together. So nobody was ever trying to be short on anything, because everybody money went into this one pool. Understand?
Right.
So you were able to travel, you were able to buy whatever it is that you wanted to buy, because they understood the logic of, you know, doing more together, you can get more. But we can't do that. And that's sad. I wish that we could. I wish that I was able to do that with my family.
I'll stick to that, because I see cultures. I mean, people from 45 down to 18 years old, and they have $20,000 by the time they're 21. The credit scores are booming because they all live together. They all made sure everybody was good. And then after one, that duck fell off. Then after the next person, that duck fell off. But he didn't go out there and swim and not come back. He still made sure the 18-year-old was going to be good. That's what they do. They're already on top of it. They said, we don't have these problems in Panama. We don't have these problems in India. We don't have these problems in Europe. Like, it's so different than it is over here, because everybody over here is scratching and surviving and want to dress the best. And everybody want to have this. And everybody want to be a loving hip hop, but nobody's really getting nowhere, because we know those checks, not what y'all making them just be like, they're not.
Absolutely.
I had an insider. I can't tell y'all who, but I got an insider.
Well, not to the inside. But I don't think, Jazz O'Hara, I know you said that we just can't do it. And I just think that that's just not what we continue, you know, just for our culture or whatever the case may be. Like, that curse just did not break, you know, we just kept multiplying and, you know, doing stuff on our own. And then it got combative for battle of the sexes. And, you know, it just tore that family structure apart. I feel like. So after each generation, it just kind of get worse and worse and worse and worse. But we definitely could have did the same thing that all those other cultures are doing, because from birth, that's just how they were taught. That's how they were raised. You know, we didn't get that.
We were taught, get grown and get out there,
and that's
stay home.
Exactly, and all that, and that's trauma. That's trauma.
You're absolutely right, 100%.
Like, oh well, you turn this age, I don't got to take care of you no more, or now go get your own, you know, go get your own place at. Well, some parents, you know, will kick their kids out at 18. Like, now you're grown now. It's like, how can you do that to somebody if they're not even prepared? So you're already starting them out. You're already starting them out to be in debt, to be in that trauma of, like you said, just being in a rat race, instead of like, okay, this is the plan. You'll be here until however many years. 29. This is what you need to do. You know, get your credit right. And then once you're comfortable, like, that's how it should keep going. But
absolutely, I'll sit to that.
I'll sit to that, sweetie.
And I definitely agree with that, Sashay. And that's why I told my kids, you could live here as long as you want. And I meant that, because why would you want to throw your kids out there to struggle, and you know they're not ready? But then you got the naysayers, you got the other friends on the outside saying, oh, you still live with your mom and you X amount of age. Yeah, I am. And yes, why would I want to go struggle if I'm afforded the ability to still be here? That's a blessing. That's not a curse. But they make it seem like it's such a curse if you still live with your parents and you're 26. Let me tell y'all something, sippers. don't let anyone put that in your ear that it's not okay, you know, if you're not on your own, or you're not a man, or you're not a woman. Yes, you are, because if you're not ready, you're not ready. Why are you not able to stay at your mom's house, make sure your car is paid off, make sure you are leaving out with no debt, and then you can go out into the world and start your own if that's what you desire. But what's wrong with standing in one house together and helping each other out if nobody's complaining? Like, I don't get that.
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So don't let the naysayers in trying to tell y'all what to do, because
Right.
yeah,
Especially
going
now.
out there is creating problems.
Right.
You don't know
I
that
think
till you out
everybody
there.
got that mindset now that the pandemic happened. So
Yeah.
you know, now it makes everyone understand, like, okay, that wasn't a bad idea.
And it doesn't look crazy anymore.
It doesn't look crazy anymore.
But now it
looks like you're smart, and you know, and there's people that have been
People
doing
just
that
get
for
me.
years.
When it fits them, it fits them. When it don't, then it looks crazy. I don't get it.
That's true.
yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Let this keep being a shortage everywhere, right? Okay, you ain't gonna be able to come back in the house when you want to come, because mama and daddy ain't gonna have no room for you, not gonna have no food for you, because you want to sit out there and listen to all your friends and, you know, the naysayers. But it might come a time, you guys, where everybody has to come in, and you have to learn how to do this together. You have to, and it makes it easier on everybody. Why does anybody want to suffer on purpose?
Right.
Sometimes I wish I could go back home and live with my mother. I'd be like, whoa, you know how good that would be.
You know,
I like having my own as well, but still, you still think about that sometime, because it was good. It was good when you didn't have to worry about how this bill was going to be paid, or how that bill was going to be paid.
It's good when you come home and there's some food done. I'm like, what? I'm gonna work all day.
I'll sit to that.
I always said I ain't no Amber Rose, but I need an assistant, and I need that. I have a child. I need another set of hands, somebody to run to the store. You at work all day. You single mothers, single fathers, single women, single men. Like, you gotta do a lot these days. And
especially now,
a Uber or an Instacart or this, all that stuff is money. And you don't have that when you're getting 20 to 25 hours a week. And then if you only make $99.50, you're just drowning. Like, I need to do a seminar. Girl, stay home. Girl, do this. Girl, do that. Girl, don't have this. Don't do that. Like, everything isn't for everybody. And we're not in a time, to me, I don't care about flashy. I don't care about the glamorous. I don't care. You say, oh, you're going on a trip? I'm going to Dubai. Girl, I'm going to Miami. Girl, that was $475. Like, I can't go to Paris right now, and I can't go to Greece right now. But live your life and be happy with what you have. Stop trying to show out. Stop trying to be fabulous with these fake DH Gate Gucci shoes. I see y'all. I know about them sites. I work in the bank.
I agree with you, Jazz So Harlem. We can't be out here faking the funk. You have to be where you're at, and you have to be on the level that you're on, and that's where you have to be, because you'll go broke out here trying to keep up. I don't even think you can keep up with the Joneses anymore. Like, they broke, you know.
The Jones left the East Side. They migrated to their mom's house too.
Yeah,
they're not in a
listen. Everybody's trying to migrate. They trying to work it out. They're trying to, you know, now get a spouse, and now, you know, now the one that's like, I don't need a man. Now they want a man, they want a provider, because it's getting crazy out here. Like, okay, this was
take care of me.
And not only that, make sure it's not just about needing a man. You want a man that has a job that's going to contribute, because you can just have a man just stand in the house. We don't need that.
No, not that
going to help.
Not that kind of man.
No, not that kind of man, sweetie. I'm saying just a regular provider, protector, that's going to make sure y'all good, and you can have a little bit less stress, Miss Mama.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It takes a village
at least in that part.
Right.
At least in that part. I want to read a comment. Amiga Bland, she said, we are also living in a different time. It's harder to make it out here on our own. So our kids are almost forced to stay a little longer.
Yeah, agree.
That is definitely agreeable, because it is, like I just said, you see, if you just go apartment searching or houses right now, it's crazy, because like I said, the pay just doesn't, it's not adding up because y'all still taking taxes. People still got to, grocery shop. So everything is getting more expensive, but the cost of living is not, adding up.
Well,
the rent in Miami was expensive. I can only imagine.
absolutely, everything is.
So
And
it's like,
I work in property management. And I can tell you right now, we receive so many calls where people are looking for housing and looking for someone to stay, but they're unable to find anything. And part of the reason is because of this program that the government has put out here where they are paying, rent for, a lot of people that are unable to pay rent because they've been affected by COVID. But the other part of that is that you cannot even terminate these leases. You can't kick them out. You can't take them to court because they're protected under this law that's protecting them, the COVID law, that they're, you can't kick them out. So they've got it like a safe net. So now they're hovering these apartments that can be probably rented to people who are more than willing to pay the rent and that are able to pay the rent, but you have to keep them there because we can't throw them out. So there you go for a lot of the reasons why you can't find anything.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Some are out here. It's just like, why am I paying this? And because then it don't match. You want me to have this 1993 apartment, but you want me to pay $1,500 in rent for one.
To that.
Like that doesn't add up.
When I say it's gonna change, I'm gonna close my eyes. It's gonna change by 2023. Rent's gonna be right. Gonna be right. Happy hour gonna be till 8. Gas gonna be 205. Like it's right. I see it. I see it.
Harlem is a profit.
It's the energy for me. I say, you know what? I'm a provider. I'm gonna take care of my people. We don't gotta worry about who's in office. We don't gotta worry about X, Y, and Z. Y'all showed me that I could show up and show out.
Absolutely. And I echo that, Jazz.
Just pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. I don't care where you go, who you know. You got Joe Osteen out here paying PPP loans. Like, come on, get with it. Pay your tithes and God will be right by you.
But I'm with you, Jazz Harlem. I pray and hope that happens for our world, our society, our cultures, our communities, our people. I pray that God comes and turns it all around. And maybe that is something and the reason why some of these things are happening, because everything is so high that they're going to be forced to come back down to meet people where they are.
If I end up moving to Singapore, I don't mind anybody visiting, even though passports are on delay for, I think, 4 to 5 months. Whenever you get your passport, you can come see me. But me and Maddie will be living in Singapore.
Okay.
They don't have those problems over there.
They got other problems, but they don't got those type of problems.
Well, you have to pick your battles sometimes. So, hey.
Elephant Sanctuary or $4 gas.
Absolutely. Well, this conversation can go on and on for sure, because we have so much to weigh in on, on this subject. And we didn't even get to the subject at hand today.
Sorry.
Next week we will jump into it because we've been talking about the pandemic once again.
Absolutely. Only the biggest topic of the world.
Right. So I do have one comment.
Okay.
So we always talk about the vaccine, and I am just gonna say that I am here for Kyrie standing his ground and feeling the way he does, because it's only right. But I've just had maybe 2 people call me and say that they had been vaccinated. However, they did contract COVID. One of them being my best friend, when she was on quarantine for a whole year, never left the house, DoorDash and, Walmart groceries the whole year. She went to Jamaica and came back and got COVID. And with COVID comes pneumonia now. So she was hospitalized, and it was unfortunate because, no one can be there with you and nobody can check on you and see what they're doing and what they're giving you. And I just don't like any of it. Back to my grandma, who would have probably put some Robitussin on your chest and said, lay down, you would have been fine. But so I know 2 people that have been vaccinated who had who contracted COVID after vaccination. And I just want to say shout out to Kyrie Irving, because I stand with you.
Yeah. And it's a sad situation that's going on right now. And it's sad because it's supposed to be a freedom of choice. And it's almost like you're mad because he's making a choice not to get the shot. And I was listening to Good Morning America this morning, and they were saying that part of the reason is because New York State, they have this mandate now that you have to have the vaccination to come into certain places. And unfortunately, where they play, he has to be vaccinated, and he can't show his card because he's not vaccinated. Now, other cities, it's not a requirement, but the coaches feel like, well, if you're not going to do it for New York, we're not going to allow you to play at all, which I think is not right. I think it's not right, because it's almost like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If you're telling me on one hand it's my choice, but I'm still being penalized, then how is that my choice?
How do I know that, and I just hate to say this, but I know the state of New York is requiring, wink, wink, but I know someone that was in Brooklyn a week ago, and they're not asking. It looks good in black and white. It looks good on the headline. It looks good on paper. It looks good on an email. But first of all, I don't know that your vaccination is real. You could have purchased your card. And on top of that, who's to say just because I show you this that I really did? Like, I just don't agree with it. I just don't believe people have a hard time trusting a lot of things and people. So just because I say I went and got vaccinated to come eat in this restaurant doesn't mean that I did. And then on top of that, when you're saying, show me your vaccination card, I may not have been vaccinated because I bought this from my homegirl, Jerica. So you never know. You can tell me, oh yeah, I show my vaccination card and I'm sitting with you and you really didn't get vaccinated. I know people that are selling cards up in Philly. I know people that got vaccinated and still have COVID. So yeah, it's like you said, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I stand with Kyrie. If you don't want to get it, don't get it.
And I stand with them too.
If you want it, then get it.
And not only that, even if you do have the vaccination, that doesn't mean that you can't still contract COVID. So that whole logic don't mean two hill of beans.
I said two people had vaccination in 2020. But hey, on that note,
well, Jazz So Harlem Sashay, this has been an awesome another edition of our Sip to That. Now, Jazz So Harlem,
our topic next week.
Yeah, we're going to try to get into the topic at hand next week. But before we go, Jazz So Harlem, let our local people know where the sips are happening across Hampton Roads.
Well, guys, 757 is still lit if you're around the way. Meal One has happy hours on Thursday. Shout out to Jason Wolf. He just opened Legacy Live, which was previously Avenue Blue. He invited Sip to That out. And it's a beautiful, great time. If you are like 25 to 75, go out and have a great time. Your heart's still beating and pumping. District 41 has happy hour till 7. Of course, give it up to my Mexicans at Jose Tequilas, 11 to 8. Before you get to work and when you get off, you can get a drink.
Why do you know their whole schedules?
And Plaza Aztec has happy hour from 4 to 7. I'm there once a week. And Triple FX has happy hour on Tuesdays. Ladies get a free shot of Tito's or Crown for $3. Tell them your girl Jazz So Harlem sent you.
Yes, I would sip to that.
I would definitely sip to that.
I need to have you
on
ladies. 757 happy hour ad. Okay.
Absolutely. She is the go-to. All right, ladies. Well, again, it's been another great edition of I'll Sip to That. Sippers, thank you for joining in on another conversation. Again, sorry we didn't get to the topic of hand, but this still was a topic of hand. But we wish that you guys continue to follow us. Thank you for following us. Make sure you share us. Make sure you let people know where the sip is happening every Thursday right here on I'll Sip to That Facebook Live and Instagram. Go to our Instagram and become a friend. Go and follow us at sip_2. That's TO_that. And of course, our new page right now on Facebook is Sip to That. So make sure you tag, let your friends know. And if you're interested in being on the show, Sashay, tell them exactly how they can do that.
So guys, if you are interested in being on this To That show, you can DM us or on Instagram, or well, now we have a Facebook page, or you can send us an email as well. And sorry, sippers, I have a gamer in the back. So anyways, you can definitely hit us up. And if you have a business that you want to promote, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, anything, we're open to all suggestions. So hit us up and become a sipper and sip to that with us.
Absolutely. All right, ladies, it's that time. I want to finish this glass of wine because my girl Chrissy said we never finish our glasses. So I'm going to make sure
Did.
I go
Thank you, Christy. We
down.
acknowledge.
Yes,
We will
Christy.
drink it.
But right now, we want everyone to put your glasses in the air and say, I'll sip to that. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same station. This is for you, Chrissy.